So here's the deal. They thought that we had the day off today, but as long as the markets are open, we're going to be here live trading with Benzinga. Starts right now.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
When I told Mitch that I was going to do live trading, right? This was a decision we made, by the way, like 45 minutes ago. We were scrambling for different reasons. They said they didn't trust me to just go ahead and have live trading and that I needed a chaperone to make sure I didn't mess anything up. So I was had my man Ryan making sure that I don't mess anything up.
That is very nice of you, Zunaid, but unfortunately that is not going to save you today. I got a text last night at midnight. I got a text from Zunaid at midnight saying, "Hey, there's no show. I can hop on, but I'll do the show by myself."
No.
It's my time now. It's my time now. And I'm out here. I'm thinking, I'm going to have the morning off. I'm going to be able to trade a little bit. And I wake up this morning and Zunaid needs this link and that link. And we've got a show. We've got all this stuff here. So we were supposed to have the morning off, but now we're not going to. I'll be honest, I was up anyway. I'm going to trade anyway. So now Zunaid and I are going to bring our antics to you.
We will.
Now we don't have Mitch. I don't know if we're going to get Nick today. So you're going to have to deal with DGen level,
yes,
whatever the highest number you want to pick is 69. DGen level 69 is what we're doing here today. And we're going to try and make some money and have some fun. So thanks for stopping by.
To put some context to it, Ryan won't be here on Wednesday because he's going to Detroit for the quarterly meeting. So I wasn't sure if I was covering for him today or if I was going to be on Wednesday. So I was like, I don't remember. And then, whatever. But yes, I did hit him up at midnight and I was like, yo.
I will say this. I will say this. The best part about it is that he opened with, "I'm super sorry for the late text." Now, I keep my phone in a state where my slumber is not disturbed. So that didn't have any effect. And Zunaid, any future texts that you send after hours will not have any effect on my sleep. I just thought it was rather hilarious. And now we're here with you on an impromptu.
Because usually I hit you up on Slack and I'm like, you know what? This is not a Slack situation. But anyway, I think you've got, let me go ahead. I'll go ahead and start. And if you have any stocks, you can go ahead and interrupt me. Unless
well, guess what? Nick, who is absolutely true, just doesn't sleep. He's decided to join anyway, so I just gave him the StreamYard link. Nick, you are welcome to join on any time that you want. And audience out there, you're going to have to forgive me. I didn't think I was coming on today, so I didn't shave. So you're going to have Scruffy Ryan today for trading. We'll see if that makes a difference. If it does, I might not shave again.
I feel like here's the deal. If you go ahead and become profitable today, not become profitable like you now haven't been, but like if today ends up being profitable for you today, I feel like you have to continue the streak.
It's going to be like no shave November for the hockey players. If I get on a roll today, I got to let it grow out. You're going to see me come in with a Joe Thornton, Grizzly Adams beard. I mean, we're going to lose all our viewers.
There you go. All right, let me go ahead and start off with the stocks. Ryan, if you have any, please do interrupt me. Let's go ahead and talk about Tesla, since Nick is going to come on and provide a little bit of insight for us. By the way, how many of you hit one in the chat are on this Robinhood 24 hours trading? I mean, if that's the case, I'm a degenerate. I would love to go and open an account right now. I mean, that's probably what I'm going to do for July 4th is open an account on Robinhood just so I can trade 24/7. But nonetheless, let's talk about Tesla. If we go ahead and take a look at the daily, where is it? There was something I wanted to show. Here we go. Excuse me. If you look at the 4-hour chart, you see this 280 area has been resistance for quite some time. So I'm going to go ahead and set an alert right there. So if we go ahead and crack 280 and come back on the retest, I will go ahead and try to go long there, maybe give it about a couple of dollars as a stop loss, and try to get at least a couple of bucks on the move itself. If you're looking to go short, I think that 280 is your biggest defense. If it cracks 280, maybe you want to give it a buck or two of a stop loss, and then you want to go ahead and get out. It looks like we've got Jan, who's already short Tesla. If you got it around that 280 area, hey, you're looking pretty with about a 4-point move to the downside. So Tesla, 280 crack to the upside, something to go ahead and keep an eye on. Let's go ahead and take a look at 30 minutes, see if there are any other levels for us to go short. To me, it's going to be this 264, which was the high on Friday of last month. If we go ahead and crack that one, come back on the retest, I'd be interested in trying to go short this one and maybe trying to get about $2-3 until we hit about 261.52 or so. I didn't know. I didn't know they had. Yeah, that's my biggest thing is liquidity, because those spreads I'm sure are crazy. But first of all, why is Tesla even releasing news on Sunday? I don't understand that, but whatever. Let's go ahead and check out a couple other stocks. Something that I have a position in at the moment because I forgot to close it on Friday is Amazon. So I was praying to anyone and everyone just to make sure that Amazon didn't like come out with an Enron type scandal, because I've got 500 shares long at 130. But thankfully, it's looking pretty at the moment. Am I going to close out of it? No. We're going to see if we can go ahead and hit 131s and then 131.50s. But nonetheless, got very lucky so far in how this is going to work out for me. But let's take a look at levels. 130 is going to be something I'm going to keep an eye on, as you've got resistance right there. We pop up, hold a support, come back down, pop up, hold a support, hold a support. And now if this has already held a support for the last time in pre-market, I'm expecting this move to continue to the upside and get to about the 131 level or so. That's what I've got on Amazon. Again, got very lucky, very fortunate on this one. Quote unquote, don't deserve to make money, but hey, I've had some tough breaks in the past as well. So I'll take this one to the upside if we can go ahead and get it. Here's Baba popping, gapping up a little bit above this 84.50 level, which is where I wanted to go short if we had a test on it on Friday. Unfortunately, I never got it, but today you have this little gap up. If we can go ahead and test this 84.50, look for that to hold a support. If it cracks, it might be an interesting spot to go short. And of course, you've got another support level here at 83 on ticker BABA. Let's go ahead and take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA here, I believe it's the 428 level, if I remember correctly. Pop, there it is. Perfect. Look at that. Resistance, resistance, and resistance here in the pre-market. So clear as day that if we want to continue this bounce from the $400, from the 400 level on NVIDIA, we need to go ahead and clear this 428. And if we go ahead and clear 428, I think the next stop for us can be right here around this 434.60. So matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and come here with my handy dandy line, and we're going to go ahead and draw that puppy up. So keep an eye on that. If you are looking for NVIDIA to the short side, same thing, right? This 428 can be your first defense. If you are someone who likes to wait for a breakdown and a retest like I do, 420 can be something for you to keep in mind, as we did have support, popped up, resistance, couldn't even try to test it, popped up, held as support. And if it does break, look for 420 to end up acting as resistance for us right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at PayPal as we go to the hourly chart. So this is kind of like the nice little pretty trend line that I've got on PayPal. We are above it as our pre-market levels showcase possibly a pop above 67. If this breaks 67, I think it's safe to go to the long side, to the upside. And I would keep a stop loss of about $1 or so. What's up, buddy? Now people think I'm talking to myself. That's fun. But see if PayPal goes ahead and pops to the upside. And if it does, keep an eye on it. I think a stop loss of about $1 should be perfectly fine. And then if you are looking for a support area in terms of, hey, I want to go swing this, I want to go ahead and invest in this, but I don't want to marry it, I think 65.80 or so is your kind of your break even area in terms of a stop loss. And then you want to go ahead and get out if it breaks 65.50s, as that's where we've always held support, as you can see with my lovely transparent line. Nick, you can hop on whenever you want, pal. I don't want to pull you on air if you're not ready, so you feel free to do you. Let's go ahead and take a look at crude oil. Because after I texted Ryan at midnight, I was looking to trade this one, and I waited for a move till about 2 a.m., but then it didn't happen. I went to sleep, and then the move happened at 3 a.m., so that's always great. The move that I'm talking about is this pop above 71, excuse me. As you can see, we had support, which cracked, resistance, resistance, resistance. Then we finally broke above at 4 a.m., and then now we're kind of testing that 71 level. Obviously, we've come down to the previous close of 70.64 and holding at the moment. But if we go ahead and zoom out a little bit, we will see that this is a trend line that I'm playing it off of a little bit. You've got 1 test, 2 tests, 3 touch, 4, 5, and this is now the 6th one that has gone ahead and failed to break, and then a 7th one here as well. So if you believe in oil to the short side, and to the downside, I think a stop loss above 72 is where you want to go out. So you're risking about a point based on where we currently are at the moment. If you believe that, hey, this is going to continue higher, you can use the 71 as an area of support, or you can wait for this trend line break above 72, and then maybe we can make a move to the 73, 74, so on and so forth. But that's what I'm keeping an eye on in terms of crude oil. This is the micro WTI crude oil futures for August /MCL. Let's go and take a look at ENSEC, since Smoke Tuna is talking about it. Not a stock that I particularly trade at all. Matter of fact, I can't remember the last time I did. I don't think I ever did, but here it is popping up. I assume I don't know if it's news related or someone just pumped it up, but you're trading at about 211. I think you can expect a little bit of resistance. Where is that? Possibly around this 224 area. Obviously we popped above and we're coming right back down, but that $3 is definitely going to be resistance areas. You can see to the left-hand side that is holding on to support. Then when it cracked down, it was tagging it for resistance there. A swing trade not based on fundamentals, but solely based on $10. And I have no idea, obviously, like any other trade, if it's going to work out or not, but Robinhood, possibly something that I might just say, you know what? Here's some money. I'm not going to look at it till it gets to maybe 11, 12, $13 just to see if I can make some money on it. There's a trend line break. There's a support levels there as well, and we are moving to the upside. And if it can go ahead and get above $10, I might genuinely just say, you know what? Here's 1,000 shares. I'm going to risk 1,000 to the downside and hope to scale out at 11, 12, 13, so on and so forth. But just something to keep an eye on in terms of Robinhood. I know Rivian was on a downward trend, and then it kind of broke out itself. As you can see there, 1574. It had broken the trend, then it kind of claimed it again, and to the upside we went there. This one didn't come to $10 because that's where I wanted to invest in this one for a swing with a stop loss at 9. But nonetheless, that is an idea there for you as well. We believe in Tesla. We can go back and take a look at Tesla. Let's see here on Tesla. Yep, still kind of hanging around. Nothing really happening there. Let's take a look at Apple as that one finally hit 3 trillion. Crazy number.
And closed above.
Yes. And it's quite annoying because I believe it did that on Friday, right? So here was the annoying part for me. I was getting chopped up and screwed here, as you can see on Thursday. I lost about $500 just getting chopped up here. I was waiting for that crack of 90. Never came. With the final minute, I said, you know what? I'm a day trader. I'm not a swing trader. I'm going to close my position. So I closed my position for a loss, and I'm down 500 on that trade. Then we get, I think it was an upgrade or whatever the heck it was, a price target increase, whatever. And then it went ahead and, made its move. And then Friday pre-market was already up there, and I never got the retest to 190s as I was waiting there, and it just took off. But outside of my sorrows, let's see what levels we can kind of focus on. 194.48 is going to be an area. You've got resistance there in Friday intraday session and also in the pre-market here. In terms of support, I think this 193 is where you can find some. As you can see on Friday, you had a little bit of a touch there, came on down. And then you kind of had, let me go ahead and move this just a tad bit up. There we go. Makes perfect sense. Look at that. Resistance, pre-market support, always look left as if you were driving. And then you've got resistance bumped its head. Now we move to the upside. If this 193.13 holds, I think we can knock on the doors of 194s and then maybe even 195s. On this one right over here. If you're looking for a downside move, I think you want to wait for a crack of 193 to the downside. Nick, you ready? All right, cool. Let's go to and bring Nick on. What's up, my man? What you got for us? Happy Monday.
Good morning, guys. It's been one heck of a weekend, but just to touch on the oil news, Apple news, I'll begin with Apple. Apple will make drastic cuts to production forecast for its mixed reality Vision Pro headset unveiled last month. The Financial Times reported late last night, citing multiple unidentified people with direct knowledge of the manufacturing process. The Financial Times report does go on to say that initial hopes of 1 million shipments in 2024 launch year is now going to be dashed by manufacturing problems. It is going to be very interesting to hear when Apple reports earnings, what their guidance is. To touch on the oil news, there were some announcements this morning from Saudi Arabia that said it would be extending its 1 million BPD, the barrel production, voluntary production cut for an extra month into August. About 10 minutes later, Russia came out and said it would cut oil exports by about 500,000 barrels in August. Although Vital Knowledge, Adam Crisafulli points out this morning in a 5:30 a.m. note, that investors need to take any such announcement from Moscow with a grain of salt. And he also goes on to point out that neither announcement represents a dramatic change to the narrative. And in a market where people are looking for catch-up opportunities, these headlines will give further supports to the oil energy equity rally. So just be careful whenever we hear some oil news. And remember, the OPEC International Seminar is happening this week in Vienna, July 5th through the 6th. Tesla was out with quarterly numbers out over the weekend with deliveries and production. Reported 466,140 deliveries for Q2 and production of 479,700 vehicles. They also announced that they will be posting financial results for the second quarter after the market closes on July 19th. It does go to show that these numbers did beat expectations for across the board for any analyst. Just Dan Ives over the weekend with a flash commentary just basically said this will give the bears some hiding, that the bulls should come out and start rallying. Price targets across the street still relatively low compared to where Tesla's. There's some that 87 price target, 100. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Tesla does run up. Along with Tesla doing deliveries, we had Xpeng. They delivered 23,205 cars in the second quarter of 2023. This is a surprise to the company's own delivery forecast of between 21,000 and 22,000, but still lower than 34,422 cars delivered in the second quarter of last year. Shares this morning are higher by 11% at last check. Rivian this morning did come out with Q2 results. They said they will be posting financial results on August 8th. Q2 deliveries beat expectations. Delivered 12,640 vehicles. Estimate was for 11,302. Production also beat expectations. Production came into 13,992. The estimate was only for 12,562. Over the weekend, or actually should say Friday after the closing bell, we had a number of banks come on out saying the bank dividends and their hikes and what different buybacks. So JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Morgan Stanley are all boosting their dividends after clearing the Fed stress test. All 23 banks did pass. They plan to raise their quarterly dividend. JP Morgan plans to boost its payout to $1.05 a share from $1 a share. Goldman Sachs announced the largest per share boost among the banks, while Citigroup announced the smallest. It does go to show Citigroup, and this has been the talk on TV for a while, Citigroup is one of them that are lagging behind the other banks. So it's going to be very interesting to see how JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Goldman, and Citibank all do. Morgan Stanley was in the news within this past week, basically talking about who's going to be replacing CEO James Gorman. Those talks at Morgan Stanley, according to Reuters, source familiar with the matter, will be happening at the different meetings throughout the months, as we should be getting an announcement within the second half of this year towards November, December, when Morgan Stanley CEO James Gorman stepping down and who is taking its place, who's going to be the new CEO. So we're going to have to watch that. And yesterday afternoon, there was some news out of the Treasury Secretary Department saying that Janet Yellen is going to meet with senior officials in China this week. She will travel to Beijing this week to meet with senior Chinese officials. A senior administration said that the Biden administration does not expect a significant breakthrough during Yellen's trip. And this trip comes just weeks after Secretary of State Anthony Blinken met with Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing.
Awesome. Appreciate the insight. And you are a valuable individual, because thanks to your insight on the oil news, I actually went short at 70.89, 3 micro contracts. I already covered one at 70.66, and now I'm still short 2. My stop loss is going to be about a crack of about 71.25. Let me go ahead and bring it up here. So this is why I went short. We talked about the $71 level. So with Nick's news, and you have the candle that broke on the 15-minute, had the retest and it failed. So I went kind of short, like right around here, covered as we were coming up to the previous close of 70.64. And now I'm going to stay short, and I'm going to see if I can go ahead and take another contract out at 70.50. And then the next one would be around $70 if we do get there. By the way, I was taking a look at Bitcoin. That's not the right way, and I wanted to look at. By the way, we've got about 2 minutes, so I know I'll go ahead and wrap this up. But Ryan, did you have anything you wanted to go over stock-wise?
I can just do it very quick. PLM, RMED, and ENSC top watches here. PLM, this is a potential go private deal, so we might not get as much movement there. I guess PRFX, If this curls and moves through 750, might have a runner there. RMED, this is continued momentum, kind of flagging here. And then ENSC, really 214, 228, 279 next spots. That's all I got for you.
All right, perfect. Appreciate the insight on that. Let's go back to Bitcoin, as we do have about less than 2 minutes left to go before the market does open up here. Let's see. So something to kind of keep an eye on when it comes to Bitcoin. Obviously, that $30,000 level has been an area of support for quite some time. As you can see right around here, you did have that dip on Friday with the news, but you do have it holding steady. Something also keep in mind to the upside is this 31,000 level. So I think I might, by the way, chat, let me know, and you can DM me because I might not properly be able to look at the comments, how I can trade Bitcoin, whether it's over the weekend or what I know they're Bitcoin futures, but like I don't really know the best way to trade it. So if anyone has any insight, feel free to DM me, email me, or just type it in the chat here so I can kind of keep an eye on it as well. But I am interested in, because what I want to do is trade on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin and see if I can, leverage that way and trade it to the upside or downside instead of just having my money as a hodl or whatever y'all call it. But anyway, let's see what we've got on the SPY. Can't believe I didn't talk about the SPY. Let's break it down in terms of the 15-minute chart. Oop, look
We're
at
about
that,
to
JPM.
open.
All right. While you were talking about JPM, I did go and bring up the chart. We've got to crack above 146, which was previous resistance. Here we go. The market is open. And it's going to be a short one as JPM. Nice little move there out the gates. Looking to tag 147. Let's go ahead and focus. Oh, yeah. We got to close this lucky trade that I have on Amazon. 1 second, please. Ryan, I don't know if you heard, but on Friday, I forgot to close my Amazon long position, and I was stressed the whole weekend because I didn't know what was going to happen. But so far, blessing in disguise.
Well, there you go.
Remember, Prime Day is next week, so the money you can save up now, you can spend on Prime Day next Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that. By the way, AUR potential move through 3 if it goes here.
AUR. Let's bring that up. And speaking of Prime Day, yeah, I'm looking to get a standing desk. Standing desk and a little treadmill underneath it. All right, let's see.
I didn't. My only recent purchase was a new wallet recently. I didn't even wait for Prime Day.
Oh, nice. Why is the market even open today? Because I texted Ryan. I was like, "Yo, we got our show, buddy.
Yeah.
Markets need to be open."
Remember, they do close early, 1 p.m. bond market.
It's only a half day here, folks.
Oh, man. All right, let's see. So your AUR stock, yeah, if it can crack 3.
I'm not in it. I would want to see that 3 break first. ENSC trading up here. We'll see if this goes.
Born to be free. Are you the one that emailed me? Someone emailed me a setup, and I don't have their permission to share the image that they shared, but it was funny because it was like an old school setup. I don't know if they meant it to be a meme or not, but it was interesting.
ENSC, if this moves through 214, might get going, folks. That's something to watch.
Nick, maybe this is something you can help us with. Any insight, or Ryan, if you already know, from Pickle Jim. Haven't heard you in the chat lately. Welcome. Do you know if after hours closes at 5 p.m.? All right, and by the way, Pickle Jim, do you mean like future stocks? What are we talking here?
I do not know offhand. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Pickle Jim, let us know if you're talking about futures, equity.
Great handle, by the way.
Yeah, I love that one. That's awesome. Let's go back to Amazon and see where our blessings are at. It's coming down a little bit. No problem, no problem, no problem. Wait, what the? Where is my Amazon? Oh, there it is. Thank you. Okay, let's see. So Amazon for me, resistance-wise, is 131.51. You can see I have an alert set there that if we do go ahead and crack above it, I would be interested in getting to the upside. And speaking of moving, we've got NVIDIA looking to make a move to the upside, trying to get past the 428.05 resistance area that I have drawn. I'm not going to go ahead and enter this stock just yet. We're going to see how it reacts. If it pops up, comes back on the retest, then we're going to go ahead and hold on to it. As my mouse has now disconnected, it'll be back here in a second. Maybe. Still waiting on my mouse. There we go. What was I about to look at? I was about to look at Tesla as it's looking to go ahead and knock on the door of 280. If we can crack up above 280 on Tesla, it might be a fun lotto day. I don't know. By the way, oil is right back up at VWAP.
Vine moving. Bex is saying that is my drink of choice.
What is Vine? Oh, it's actually a line. Got it. Let's see. Look at what was it? Apple. Sorry, I forgot what ticker I was looking at. So we talked about this resistance area and look for it to hold on as support. And so far, here in the session, the early session, 4 minutes in, it held on as support. Let's go to the minute chart and see if you had a chance to scalp it. Maybe about a 30-cent scalp. I wouldn't call it too much there. Here's Amazon, a little bit to the downside. Have not LCID. We can take a look at LCID.
NLSP might be trading up here.
I'll take a look at that here in a second. Lucid, yeah. So you look at Lucid, right? You had this 720 as resistance. We're above it. Yeah, could be an interesting trade if it does go ahead and hold on to that level. No such thing as a stupid question, but the question is, can you trade ETFs on a cash account? I don't see why you can't.
Yeah, I don't know offhand because all my accounts are margin, but I would imagine you can. Can anyone confirm that?
Let's see. So I think the only thing you'll have to worry about is a settlement, right? So that's the only thing I can think of. But can you day trade on a cash account? That's not what we're asking. It's all about ETFs. Yeah, I think you definitely should be. Okay, a lot of folks are saying yes.
At least so,
yeah. I think it would when you're on a cash account, you just have to worry about settlement, right? So that's the only thing that I would keep in mind. So, for example, if you have $10,000 and you buy a stock that has $1,000 worth of stock, if you go ahead and sell it the same day, now you have $9,000 remaining to play with till that $1,000 trade settles. So that's the only thing to keep in mind. And that's why we say if you have less than 25,000 and you're looking to day trade, make sure you have a cash account so you can have a little bit of flexibility. That's actually what I do with my Roth. The very little money that I have in there is I have a cash account on there. Some brokers do provide a margin account on it. That you have to look into that, see which ones do and different things like that. But cash account is the way to go if you have less than 25,000. Let's see what we've got here. Back on Amazon. So my focus is on Amazon because I haven't closed out my position because I am a greedy individual. And I'm trying to see if I want to wait for this crack of 151s or 153s, or I'm just going to close out here. I haven't done anything yet, but we shall see.
I was going to say Bitcoin, there was reports over the weekend and nothing has been confirmed, but I expect some volatility into the crypto markets as there was reports circulating on Twitter that something with the SEC Gensler stepping down. Securities and Exchange Commission, I saw put something out saying that's not true. Just wanted to confirm those reports. But, Bitcoin ETFs with Fidelity and BlackRock, there's going to be some volatility given that the SEC has been denying them, saying that they don't like them, basically. So in general, Bitcoin and all the other crypto markets, just watch them. They could spike. They could have a leg lower, leg higher. But there's been that volatility with the SEC denying the BlackRock and all the different ETFs futures. So just in general, be careful over the weekend. Tomorrow, with the markets not open, a lot of people do trade Bitcoin and cryptos when the market's not open.
Appreciate the insight on that. And yeah, so far you've got Amazon moving to the upside again. Still waiting for that 131.51. What I'm doing right now, someone mentioned Hood. I am looking at Robinhood contracts at the moment. I'm trying to see how far out do I want to go. How far out do I want to go? Do I want to go to August 4th? That seems like a nice date. I don't know how liquid it is, but this is interesting. So when does Robinhood report earnings? Because that's going to impact what? Let's see. I'm going to go to my Benzinga Pro here. Launch platform.
It definitely kind of a slow morning here. I'm not seeing a whole lot. I know you guys are shouting MCOM.
I'll put your chart up, buddy.
I'm just going to take. I was watching ENSC, but that's really not done anything here this morning. MCOM, this is a penny stock. If it can break above, we'll see. I probably will pass on MCOM. Lee, I know you guys are saying EVs. Beck's saying EVs. Lee having a good day. XPEV having a good day. Obviously on the back of Tesla. ACHR trading up. That would mean look at Joby. Lee pounding highs right now.
So unconfirmed for Robinhood is August 1st. So what I might do, chat, and maybe I should do this on an account that I never look at. Maybe I need like a swing trading account. All right. For funsies, I'm going to go ahead and grab
Rivian.
Where's my broker? There it is. I'm going to go ahead and grab Robinhood $10 calls expiring August 4th. And I'll tell you what my fill is if I can get it. Come on, just fill it. Boom, 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 boom.
It's rolling through the setups here. Nothing really going.
You know, Mitch is listening to us laughing. He's like, these idiots decided to go ahead and hop on today.
I mean, I'm addicted to the market. So when you told me there was a show, I was like, well, I better go help my buddy out. I mean,
I love it.
I would have never answered at midnight. I was sound asleep.
I mean,
I didn't answer him last night. Whoa. I didn't answer him last night. I answered his ass this morning. And I was like, I hope he's taking a nap. I hope that he's taking a nap and that my text reminds him to wake up. But he was already up, apparently.
I was up. Yeah, I set an alarm and I was like, I don't know if I was supposed to cover for Ryan today or Wednesday, but I'm going to hop on.
I was going to say, nice call. We new 52-week highs in some of the airline stocks, American Airlines, Delta, Expeditures.
What happened with cancellations over the weekend, Nick? Are we still facing flight trouble at the airports?
I was looking at reports over the weekend. There wasn't nothing too big, I don't think, but United Airlines CEO in a late memo Friday night apologized.
For flying private with all the cancellations. For flying private. Quote, not a good look, end quote. I read that.
I was going to say, airlines did pretty well over the weekend. I didn't see too many cancellations. I do know there was a lot of weather events. I know there were thunderstorms near me. There were thunderstorms out near Philadelphia yesterday.
It rained all weekend here in Chicago, Nick. Poured.
Okay, I was going to say, it rained for a good part of the day Saturday here in Pittsburgh, good part of the day Sunday. So I wouldn't be surprised if we had the minor cancellations, but I don't think anything too big. We'll have to see how tonight and tomorrow and even into Wednesday goes, as a lot of people did take Wednesday off and they'll be flying back. But I do know there was a stat that there was more, I believe Friday, there was more people traveling than they screened than on Thanksgiving of 2019.
Yeah, I saw that. They did a good job getting people through there. I'm flying out on Wednesday. That's why I'm asking. I obviously hope that I have no trouble with my flights getting to the office.
It might be Degen time, boys. It might be Degen time.
What'd you say, Zunaid?
I said it might be degenerate time. I'm going to go ahead and grab one contract. Just one. I got a Tesla 280 calls expiring this week for the average price of $770. 770 as we are breaking to the upside on this 280. Now it's at 281. Now those contracts are up at $8. There's my butter chicken, Ryan, but we're not selling just yet. We're going to wait to, let's see what levels we can kind of actually, again, this is a weekly, right? So it's not a same day expiration. Can you imagine? By the way, I do believe that is a future. But for now, we'll take weeklies on Tesla. Let's see what we're at the moment. Oh, look at that. We're almost up $100 on this one, actually.
There you go.
Do we $100 chuck this puppy? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and sell here and see if I can go ahead and get back in. Where's my fill price? All right. So I had gotten in at, what did I get in at? Where is it? Hey, what did I get in at? I got in at 770. I'm out at 835. So I only had one contract. That's all I wanted. I got it. I'm out. I will look to get back if we do have a retest of this 280 level. That's the reason I got out in the first place. Coming back to my old trade, we are still in the money there. I still have two contracts, still waiting to get filled at 70.50s. It came as low as 70.52, and that's quite all right. Amazon went back to test the 131.51s. Let's see what else we've got here.
ENSC looking like it's trying to curl here and get back up towards VWAP at 215 on ENSC. That's one of the best setups I see so far.
I believe Ryan and I, neither of us have a cash account. We both have a
account is margin, although I don't use margin. I just keep it for the automatic clearing of the trades.
And also, we do have a Moomoo account. And I unfortunately lost the challenge. But Ryan and Mitch still have their cash account on Moomoo. So that is something that we are doing. Matter of fact, you can go ahead and scan the QR code to go ahead and get your Moomoo account set up. We'll also go ahead and put the link in the chat here.
I think I get my shares tomorrow. I think as long as I maintain an average balance of $100 through today, I get my 4 grab shares tomorrow. I'll have to check that. ENSC still looking like this is trying to go here on ENSC.
All right. Oh, no, oil. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, oil.
What's Beyond Meat doing?
Let's check it out.
Check that out. Uh-oh.
To the upside. Okay. Facing a little bit of resistance area here at this 1333. He going for the moon. If this stock isn't moving at all. 472. Maybe over 5. Then you can knock on. Haha. That's funny. Jokester.
It's beyond me, says Raz. Well done with the dad joke.
That was great. That was on point. I'm a fan. All right, here's NVIDIA. So this is why you want to wait sometimes. It tried to get above that 428, couldn't sustain itself over. And now it might try to knock on the door once again. Sometimes it takes a few tries. Sometimes you're Tesla and you say, forget it, buddy. I am moving to the upside. Speaking of which, remember those contracts that I purchased? Wait, why am I down? Oh, that's on Hood. By the way, my average price on Hood is 71 cents. I don't know if I said that out loud. What was I about to say? Oh, yeah, those contracts that we purchased at like 7 something and sold at like 8 something. Now they're going for 9 something. So, you know, this is why you want to have multiple contracts, but it was a YOLO. I wasn't going to risk it.
Lynn and Randy saying, good morning, Lynn and Randy. Happy 4th of July week. UAL, same old corporate hypocrisy with the CEO taking a private jet this weekend. Any wonder why we retired? Lynn and Randy, you mean he didn't bust out the private jet for you two fine folks? Tisk, tisk on that CEO. Tisk, tisk.
Oh, man.
He halted. Vine at 50. Vine just absolutely raging out of the gate here for you penny players. Nice little pop out of the range, up 50 cents into a halt.
Let's see what we've got. By the way, we are going to have the Trader Bacon show after this, so it will be on air for at least 11:30 that you can hang out with us, and then I believe that should be the end of our stream. So you'll be redirected. You don't need to go anywhere, as that'll be live in about 71 minutes. Taking a look at Airbnb if you're interested in this stock.
I'm short that via puts.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I was going to say 132 crack. You can maybe play to the upside. What's your game plan as
132 crack would be a close of the puts, a stop out for loss.
There you go. Any targets that you have for profit?
110 is the target. They're 110 August puts.
August 4th or later on?
Let's see. It's the August 18th. It's the 110 put. I'm down a cool 38% on that trade, just to give you an idea of where we sit at.
Got it. By the way, one contract has now been taken off of my oil trade as we were short at 70.93s or so. We sold some at 70.63s. Now we just sold some at bought some back at 70.50s. I have one contract remaining on crude oil as we're short that. Boy, I'm going to get canceled today. And I'm going to go ahead and have a stop loss on that one at break even, which is at, scroll up here, 70.89. And here is the oil trade on your chart. So we talked about the $71 level being resistance. We popped up, held the support for the time being, but this trend line rejected it. And then my man Nick gave us news about the Saudis and the Russians having some news about oil. So we decided to go short as the levels were broken. It was supported by the news, and to the downside we go. The next profit area for me is going to be approximately $70. Can you give some levels on Tesla, please? Well, so the biggest one that we gave was 280, right? Which is why I got into the trade live in front of y'all for that one. Let's go ahead and check out the daily and see if we've got anything. By the way, what a gap up that is. I don't know if I have any levels that I could feel very confident in, to be honest. And in situations like this, where if I don't have levels, I'm going to look at the 4-hour here in a second. In situations like this, where if I don't have levels I feel confident in, I go ahead and take the gains if I'm happy with it. But in terms of different levels, I take a look at whole numbers. So in this case, I would look at the 285s or the 284s. I'd be like, hey, around 284s, I'm starting to scale out, and I'm definitely going to be out a little bit by around 285s, give or take. So that's just how I trade. So I don't want to force a level on you and lie, but something that I would keep in mind is like this 289 in case we hit that later this week. But for today, I mean, what a $4 move from that 280 break. Love it. Love it. I'm sure those contracts that I sold earlier are now probably going for at least $10, if not more. Robinhood holding on to that 10. Why did I even get August? That's such a weird number to get. I don't know. Unity. We played Unity at the crack of 40s, which was right over here for us to the upside. And now, so 45 would be an area of resistance to keep in mind. So you crack this 44.22, then you knock on the door of 45. Speaking of knocking on the door, 131.51 approaching. Boy, why is my...
Speaking of knocking on the door while Zunaid figures it out, ENSC really kind of holding up here. You can see it's really testing this VWAP. If it wants to break above, we got a pretty decent range all the way up to 280 on ENSC. Actually just brought in a bid here at 210, although it might not be real. So ENSC, look for this to break. We do need that break first, but look for this one to break. This is probably the best setup I see so far. Going back to you, Z.
Appreciate it, pal. Still waiting on the knock of 131.51 to the upside. We're about 26 cents away on that for Amazon. We might not even get there, but well, we will see. Is anyone on Surge Trader by any chance? I don't know if they're even open today in terms of their platform, because I don't see any movement happening, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't see anything happening there, but let's see where we are with our... Hey, we're up $1.50 on our Robinhood contracts. Yes, sir. With inflation, I can't even get me a McChicken, but that's all right.
AHI open. That is going to be your reverse split mover. AHI going here. Wow. Up into another halt.
Yeah.
Halted again, 564. So this is very much like the meds play. I didn't take this one. Silly of me not to take it, but this is very, very similar to that reverse split on meds that we got. Remember, it did come back in after these upside halts, So if you're in this, be sure not to overstay your welcome. Pay yourself on the way up.
All right, let's see what else we've got. Let's see how Apple's doing. So Apple broke the support area, looking to reclaim it. The Q is facing resistance at pre-market highs here at 371s. And the SPY kind of just hanging out around the previous close. Took a paddleboard out to the lake over the weekend. Never rode one before. Tranquil riding into the endless water. Nice.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. Anyone else got any big 4th of July plans coming up here?
What am I doing tomorrow? I think I'm just hanging out with friends, burgers, all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, cookout. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to golf. I'm going to try to golf today and tomorrow. We'll see if I can get out. ENSC going here. ENSC. This is what we were waiting for. I told you this is probably the best setup of the day here. ENSC through VWAP. Let's see if it pushes and goes.
Judge, I'm glad to see you. Sorry, God.
No, they were holding this down.
Yeah, you had the $2 test, which was a nice area to get in. That whole number, my stop loss would have been about $1.90, so you're risking 10.
Here we go on ENSC. See if we can pop above 220 here. That probably sends it a little bit more.
Jan, what's your day job that you're working on the 4th?
I think Jan is not local to the United States.
Oh, well, welcome to the stream.
ENSC, all right. We hit one here. Box. Let's go.
So the beard stays, eh?
Well, no. I mean, this is the first trade, and I'm not out of it yet, so this could easily yank back.
Oops, I didn't mean to jinx it.
And you did. Now it's going down. Jesus Christ almighty. This guy out here.
Well, you said we hooked one, so I thought you were out.
Until you started talking about it.
You're right. We live in Switzerland. Oh, man. That's awesome, dude.
ENSC big stick here, though. My price, 211 on that move up.
4 o'clock in the afternoon in Switzerland.
I'll just say, watch the social media stocks within the next few days, like Snapchat, Facebook. Just because of the issues we've had from Twitter over the weekend, is Elon Musk is now temporarily limiting the number of post users can view per day, citing system manipulation. You know, I think they said the rate limits were increasing over the weekend. And so verified users can, I think, do 8K, 800 for unverified, and 400 for new unverified can do the rate limits and view posts. But the question is, I was chatting with Ryan this morning, is TweetDeck, and he disabled lists on TweetDeck. And I was chatting with Ryan on to how you can view now the lists. And so there's a way you can actually incorporate your old TweetDeck to the new TweetDeck web app. There's a whole link and it's a whole process. It did work for me, but it is going to see and show what Elon Musk is doing to destroy the platform. And I actually recently am more active on Post. There's a new social media now called Post. There's also Bluesky. There's Mastodon. So we're going to see how many users can move over. And I don't know, Ryan, if you're going to actually leave Twitter. Because
no, definitely not. I think that he's just kind of working through some of this stuff. By the way, the fix that you gave me, shout out to you. That was perfect here this morning.
Okay, good. Because there was some people saying it may not work. It may work. It's just, it has to be, you have to incorporate the old TweetDeck. You just can't do better TweetDeck like Ryan and I used to use. I
removed the better TweetDeck extension and it works just like the article you linked me sent.
All right, perfect. Because it's going to show, because Linda Yaccarino, the new CEO, is trying to get advertisers back on the platform. And this manipulation over the weekend doesn't really go to show that they really care about Twitter. So there still has not been word yet from CEO Linda Yaccarino for comment on this. I'm waiting to hear. We're waiting to see if she releases anything on Twitter, as she did put her new, her first worldwide Twitter email on Twitter saying this is what she sent to the team. It's going to show what Elon Musk is trying to do. If he steps away now permanently from Twitter, even though he's the owner. He's going to more focus on Tesla. There's a lot of questions that will remain. And so watch Snapchat, watch Facebook to
Took
see.
ENSC off here. Sorry about that. Nice little gain right out of the open. We can still trade this again if it goes higher, but I just wanted to book those gains and pay myself on the way up. I also have to go to the bathroom. So BRB.
See ya. So here's the thing, right, Matthew? I think it depends on why you use Twitter. So for me, I don't really care about FinTwit like that. I care more about my world of esports, right? So like when I network with people, when I get engagement in different type of gigs with different teams, I reach out to via Twitter. They get to kind of check out my profile and my one pager and different things like that via Twitter. So I think it depends on why you're using it. Because I don't plan on hopping off the platform. I would lose money if I stopped using Twitter because it's a way for me to reach new clients. So that's the way I use it. And obviously in the FinTwit world, you have different ideas that can, you can take a look at in terms of stocks. There's ENSC to the upside, by the way, 230 for that stock as Amazon is continuing to stay above this 131. Let's see if SPY can go ahead and make a move to the upside as that one is holding on to green bean as the Qs have now broken pre-market highs.
Now, Zunaid, because you're a trader, I want to just ask you, it'd be very interesting to get your take. Where do you may give me an answer or not, but where do you expect S&P to end this year?
Zero idea, brother. And the reason for that is not because, I don't want to be wrong. It's because I don't care. I know you and I have just started having conversations, but the chat that's been watching us, I have not swung positions that are meaningful since I think 2021. I am 99.9, if not 100% cash every single day, minus the snafu that I had on Amazon, which thankfully worked out. But I genuinely don't know, nor do I really care. I just hope for the sake of people that are retiring that we have a healthy market, right? I'm not saying I don't care if it goes to zero. I do want to look out for others as well, but
ENSC.
No outlook, buddy.
ENSC, let's go. Great job on this one. We hit one. Just took a little patience there. There's the big pullback that I was waiting for. So this pullback now, once they shake some of these hands out, this is rebuyable again. I'm using TD Ameritrade to trade, Maz, and I'm also using Benzinga Pro as my informational tool and trade generation tool.
Yep, and for me, it is TradeStation, which I used to use, Thinkorswim. And obviously, as you can see, we've got Amazon crossing to the upside at this 130, 150 area. And I use Benzinga Pro to kind of help me with my trading. So for example, the Robinhood contracts I got in, I wanted to make sure that I can get the contracts expiring after earnings had been reported. And so that's how I use Benzinga Pro for news. My man Charlie is the greatest. Go ahead and check out Benzinga Pro, 2-week free trial. No credit card needed. So if you get locked up, you ain't got to worry about it. By the way, oil coming down. Now we're trading at about 70.08. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of my final contract. 3 contracts that we went ahead and got shorted around 70.93. Took one off at 70.60, then 70.50, and then we just took a final piece off here as well. Now here is Amazon moving to the upside.
Ahi pulling back here.
Let's go ahead and pull out Ahi.
Probably should stop out of these Airbnb puts that aren't working. We'll see where we close today.
Yeah, you said 132. So that's the thing. It popped up, but it hasn't.
Yeah, if it closes above 132 or if it's really strong this afternoon, I'll close it. Nice job getting the day started with some green here, though. Great getting green on the screen.
Matthew, one thing, you're right. So Facebook, I haven't had Facebook in quite some time. But in terms of LinkedIn, I 100% agree with you. It depends to me in what field you're in, right? So if you're kind of like in a more white collar field, and yeah, LinkedIn is obviously going to be a little bit better, but like my community, the esports community is on Twitter. Like that is our LinkedIn, if you will. So again, it just depends, on how you use it, what you use it for.
I'll be honest, like the whole Twitter thing seems completely overblown to me. The one thing that I noticed from this was that my list didn't work on TweetDeck. I fixed that today. I mean, Nick literally gave me a link. I disabled something and it works fine. So I think a lot of this is kind of overblown, to be honest with you. I certainly don't think Twitter is going to fail. I think he's going, Elon, when I say he, Elon, is going through some trial and error on stuff to see what works and what doesn't work. And I think that during that process, it's like making an omelet. Sometimes you got to break some eggs. So I think that a lot of this is overblown. I'm going to stick to Twitter. The amount of people that I've met on Twitter in the fintech field is tremendous. I mean, and Beck's calling ICAD. I'm actually long this for a swing. This thing going crazy here today. My price on ICAD 132. We're currently at 186 here. Looks like this might break the top off again. Kind of going for 2 here on ICAD.
All right, Apple. So keep an eye on this. Apple, we talked about that 193.13 level, excuse me. So you have resistance. Oop, that's not even literally big enough. You have resistance. We pop up. We hold on as support here in the pre-market. Then we break down and then we go ahead and retest it. And we failed for a little bit, right? You got about maybe 40 cents, give or take, for that move. So if you're a scalper, that's great. Now we can see if it wants to continue moving higher and reclaim that level or not. Because if you go to look at the SPY, we're holding on to this previous close of about 443.29s. Holding on to that thus far. Qs haven't quite gone over the pre-market highs. And with the market the way it is, in terms of a short day, it may not. And here's Amazon. Popped up above 131.51s, but it did not go ahead and hold and stay up there. So I think this is obviously a day where we've said at the beginning, get your trades, get your money, get your points and your cents, and get out, because I don't think we're going to see a continuation type of day.
I was just going to say, guys, we just had some data that crossed at 10 a.m. U.S. ISM manufacturing for May came in at 46. Previous estimate was for 47.2. Previous was 46.9. Prices paid 41.8. Expectation was for 44. Employment 48.1. Previous was 51.4. New orders 45.6. Previous was 42.6. U.S. construction spending month over month for May, 0.9%. Expectation was for 0.5%. Previous was 0.4%. And there's actually some numbers regarding what it was lowest. And I'm going to get those really quickly because I thought it was very interesting, guys. This could move the market as we have a jobs report Friday. We have Fed minutes on Wednesday. The lowest level, there's a lowest level, I think, for ISM manufacturing, I think, since May of 2021, Zunaid. So just keep an eye on that.
All right, buddy. Appreciate the insight on that. Who's going to be on the Trader Bacon show? So obviously the host, Gates, will be the one there. And I believe he sent me an email. Let me go ahead and see if I have... I think I have, because I know we were talking about... Here is a social media of the gentleman. I believe it's Large Pips is what the handle is of the guest. Doesn't look like they're quite active on social, so it'll be great. I think what's cool about having Gaze to the show is that he has connections with so many different types of traders that I've never personally met, so it's cool to kind of get different insights. Roach Gang was a great interview to start things off in terms of episode 1. SQZ Penny. Here's Tesla. Do we go and back test that 280.05?
ENSC coming back to highs after that pull down to the VWAP.
All right, I've got an order out to purchase Tesla at 280. We will see if we get filled. I was going
to say Canaccord Genuity has just raised their price target on Tesla to 293 from 257. Deutsche Bank maintains their Tesla at buying and increased their price target at 270 from 260. Truist Security raises their price target on Tesla to 240 from 154, maintains a hold rating. JP Morgan maintains underweight rating, raises their price target to 120 from 115.
Well, let's go ahead and get me at 280 and then move to the upside. By the way, my stop loss on that 280, I'll probably give it about a couple of bucks maybe. Hey, what the?
ENSC back to VWAP here.
Oh, bro, there's no way you don't fill me. Okay, that's okay. Bro, what is going on here? Let's see if trader.
ENSC, really huge disappointment after that pullback. Let's see if it ends up getting some steam back here.
You sold all your shares, man. They saw a whale.
Well, I mean, I sold it before that pop. I'm just thinking that VWAP re-entry here might set up for another trade. But man, is this thing weak? I don't think you can. I mean, at this point, I don't really think you can buy this until this crosses back through the VWAP, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's see if it does that. But I mean, if it crosses through the VWAP and makes a run back towards the high, maybe it's going to have some strength. But
I cannot believe that 280 fill did not. Oh, missed it by 5 cents on a $280 stock. That's insane. But anyway, the reason I wanted to get in is because obviously, let me go ahead and take away VWAP. We talked about it before, right? You had, I think it was a 4-hour chart. It was the support area of this 280 or the resistance area, excuse me. And then even in pre-market, we had a tough time getting over it. Then we got over it, came back and tested it. But more importantly than that, you also had VWAP, which was right at 280. And that's the reason I had gotten in. Now I'm going to chase. I don't want to chase.
Yeah, don't chase. Not on a day like today's, Zunaid.
Yeah, the only reason I would chase is if it's like, hey, maybe like a call spread. I'm just going to leave it be. Whatever. Don't care. Let's go ahead and take a look at Robinhood as that one's moving along. There we go, Robinhood. We purchased those at 71 cents, going for 83 on the ask. Yeah, definitely a good call out there, especially if you're trading dailies, 0 days till expiration. It could be trouble for you. So absolutely, please be careful. Good call out, Matthew.
Open popping to highs again.
Just go ahead and check out open. That's not the way you spell open. There we go. I'll take a look at coin here in a second, Megan. Yeah, maybe a pop up above 430s on open. What was that noise? Oh.
Airbnb really ruining my profit today.
Yeah, sorry about that, pal.
No, it's all right.
Boom, 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 boom. What else are we going to? Yeah, this sucks, man. Oh, that's right. I was talking about coin. I totally just phased out on that. Wait, coin's at 80 now?
Yep.
Wasn't it just at 60 like 2 days ago? Yeah, last Tuesday it was at 60s. Wow. Okay. All right then. Let's take a look at coin. Let's see if there's anything that I personally like. I think if we can go ahead and get above 80, then I think the next area that we run into resistance with would be this 85.50s. I'm going to go with 85 again because I had a whole number. But you got to get above 80. Then on the retest, I could be interested in this one. But coin, I mean, it can move so crazy depending on the news day. And, you know, your Bitcoin news, this, that, the other. Be mindful if you're going to swing trade this one. This is how you know people are off. A buddy of mine just hit me up and he said, "Do you want to play FIFA?" I'm like, "Yo, it's 10 o'clock."
This is how you know people are off.
Oh, man. All right, let's go and check out Microsoft. Holding on to that 338.84, which was resistance. Now possibly holding on as support.
Alrighty, guys, I'm going to head out. I have some stuff to do before I head off the desk for tomorrow. Enjoy the 4th. We'll see everybody on Wednesday.
Likewise, Nick, take care of yourself. Thanks for the news bombs.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, pal. And here is Tesla. Still holding on to that 280. Hasn't really gone to the downside. What are those contracts that we... Ooh, maybe I could get into the contracts. All right. Maybe I'll get into one. I'm going to get... Oh, nope. Wrong button. Can't purchase that many. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get into the contract that we had gotten into earlier and we sold for about a $50 gain. I'm going to get into the Tesla 280 calls expiring this week. I got in at 745. I am expecting to lose about $1 if I am wrong on the trade. So if I'm wrong, I'm expecting to lose about $100 on this trade. Guess you're allowed online to trade at least. Yeah. Yes. Oh, it's smoked tunas in France. Someone else had asked her question earlier. Are you a full-time trader? Majority of my income does come from trading. Yes. I don't trade from 9:30 to 4, as I do have other things going on in life. But yes, majority of my income does come from trading. However, the reason I'm able to be a successful full-time trader is because I have different revenue streams as well, so that I don't have to come into the market and force myself to make money so I can pay bills. That's something we had a great conversation about last week with the chat. By the way, as Tesla moves up, we're about $40 in the money now. As we purchase at 745, now it's $8 on the ask, $795 on the bid. So you can $50 chuck it if you want to. Am I going to do it? Am I going to go ahead and $50 chuck it? Yeah, why not? All right, I'm out at... Oh, what a terrible fail. Oh, no, I purchased one. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Oops. Oh, come on. Go, go, go. All right, I'm out at 790. 790, yo. I'm out. Are you going to leave us to work for ESPN? It's interesting. No, with the answer, no, not
he's not. ESPN is hurting right now. They just laid off 20 of their employees.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. It's interesting because, you know, I live in the esports world, and people have asked me like, "Oh, is that your aspiration?" And I'm like, I don't know. I love the esports world. I think there's such a different feel. I think there is just a lot more energetic and all that stuff. But no. I am actually networking with someone next week that's at Fox Sports to see if there are any regional gigs that I can kind of do some bits and pieces of, if you will. But no, I am not looking pretty for the industry as a whole. Yeah, that's Airbnb to the upside. No back test on that 132 on the 15-minute at least, as that one continues to make moves. Paul, if the opportunity and if the journey led me to ESPN in, say, 10, 20 years, I think I definitely 100% would take it, which is why I'm reaching out to I have a call with the Fox Sports guy next week to, you know, start that journey. But I would say not at this time, my friend. I think the goal would be to cover the World Cup in some form or fashion for a national TV or national channel by the time that happens. Come on, Apple. So look at that. That 193.13 level rejected, held on its support, rejected, and now you got yourself a nice 50-cent move. Crow, that's awesome. Yeah, a lot of the Street Fighter has been so popular. I thought about downloading it just to learn it so that I could learn how to cast it. But just so much going on. I just haven't been able to.
I haven't played Street Fighter in forever.
Yeah, a lot of folks are into that one. I think the new game came out or something like that. I did not take a look at PayPal, but wow, look at that. Back test almost, maybe what is that? Maybe missed it by about 10 cents to the trend line. And then a nice move to the upside. Did you get a chance to take that position, Leon? Hopefully I pronounced it correct. I don't know if I did, but hopefully I did. If you did, congrats. Congrats on the trade.
God, Airbnb, just a monster.
Yeah. This MLTX just does not want to give up this $50 area. I mean, it went down $1, but then after it reclaimed it the next day, just does not want to give it up.
Yeah, I'm closing these Airbnb puts for a loss. That trade did not work. Okay, that's out. Yikes. Well, if it wasn't for that, I'd be having a really good day.
Good thing you were able to close it, because, you know, some people are just like,
let them go to zero. Yeah, I don't think so.
You know, it's interesting. There was a trader online, I think it was maybe a month ago or so. They had posted their profits and losses spreadsheet or whatever it was. And they had some nice gains. Or again, it wasn't trade confirmations. It was just a spreadsheet. And they had some nice gains of 40% gainers, 100% gainers, this, that, the other. But they had quite a bit of 100% losers. And they weren't just like, 50-cent lottos or this cent lottos. Like, they were actual trades that they just, I guess, didn't have a stop loss. And it was, you know, unfortunate, because then at that point you're buying an option just for the sake of buying it. And if it pops up, you can tell everybody, oh, look, I had a 200% gainer. And it's just, I don't know. gave me the yick, if you will. We're not in the oil trade, but let's see what's going on with oil. Oh, nice. This is why I wanted to get out at 70 because I was fearing a bounce, and we got the bounce. So yay me and yay Tesla, as we didn't get filled on the 280, but here's almost a $3 move on that 280 bounce. If any of you are still in those contracts, those should be moving nicely, at least at $10 now. Wow. Wait, is it at $10? No, what am I looking at? There's no way it's at 10. It was just at 7 when I sold it. They're at 821s. Open. We talked about open earlier, I believe. Yeah, we had mentioned that you had this 450 area, 440 area, excuse me. I don't have anything here that I could feel confident trading off of. Excuse me, how rude. I don't have anything for you, unfortunately. I would say the closer to 4, the better, but I don't know.
Watching Ahi.
I'll put up Ahi here. Walter, are you saying that just for today that's your game plan, or are you saying that's what you're planning on doing every day? And there's Ahi looking to reclaim VWAP and stay. Ahi to 10. All right. You expecting a nice little move. Brian did a great job securing profits as you've got ENSC to the downside. Yep.
So I'm not worried if the trade works and I make profit. I'm not worried because a lot of these come back in. It might even give us an opportunity to reload it. Ahi coming back in now.
So now on Apple, you've got intraday support at this 192.80. I am not in this one, nor do I plan on getting in this one. Ugh, Amazon, disgusting. Come on. When the market is higher, Amazon a little bit lower in terms of movements intraday.
Ahi coming back in.
Reading a tweet from Guy Dealership, the car dealership guy. The average monthly car payment reached a new high of approximately $733 in Q2. Not sure. All right, here's a SPY. Looking to roar on back. Google, by the way, keep an eye on this one if it wants to crack above 120, but more importantly, above 121, 29s or so. TSM, let's see. Wow, look how beautifully the $100 level held, man. Once, twice, 3, 4 times. Nice. In terms of where can we go from here? This 104 could be tough to get over. As you had resistance that held on to support that cracked, and you got resistance, and now you're testing it again. So I think if you can go ahead and get past that 104, maybe you can go ahead and get a point, 2 points out of it. That's a huge car payment. Really? Well, so my car payment is $5 something, but that's because I had taken the longest term possible, which obviously means I pay more in interest. But for those of you that are new, I'm quite arrogant, and I believe that I'll make more money than whatever interest I'm paying. So that's why, to me, my monthly payments being lower was what suits my lifestyle. Lease, don't buy. I don't know, Paul. In these market conditions, you'd want to do that too. Do y'all use mega here? Where
I do not. No.
Do y'all use mega capped tech option leaps in your long-term portfolio? Nope. I did it when I was in college on Facebook, and I got my girlfriend at the time to do it, and it worked out very well. She went to Europe with the money that she made.
Left your ass behind.
Yep, pretty much. But no, I do not. Daddy Backstrap. The one strategy you can keep an eye on as people buy leaps and then they'll sell short dated calls against it. I'm blanking. I don't know what that strategy is called. Maybe someone in the chat that's has a brain that's working right now can help you out. But no, I do not do that. And nor does Ryan.
I wasn't listening to you. I was watching Ahi here. Sorry.
Same question. You already answered it. No worries, buddy. Let me go ahead and put up Ahi on the board for us.
Every time that it tries to like pop back up here, I see a whole bunch of sellers flash on the offers. And that's, to me, making it not as attractive to buy here. But we'll see. It could rip through that and go very, very easily. There's Ahi up through 620.
Let's see. Do I want to try to take a crack at it? Yep, there you go. So the strategy I mentioned, backstrap, Jay Rice does it. I think that, yeah, Matthew, the only way that I'd be comfortable with leasing versus buying is if I was financially secure to the point where it's like, I just want the biggest, baddest thing in town in terms of vehicles. And I'm okay with not making the smartest money decision because thankfully I'm so well off that I'm able to. I'm not at that position in life at the moment. So it's not the decision that I would
Ahi coming back in here. And there's the big pull. This is exactly why I didn't want to try to front run that move. Ahi, big pull here.
Let's go to Ahi. I might take a shot at this one just for the itch. I almost bought A, not Ahi. I'm going to grab some. I'm in at 589 on Ahi. My stop loss is 540. So I'm risking about 50 cents. I've got that oil money. Listen, I would not tell the guys that we're doing a show tonight or today if I had that oil money. Oh. What's interesting is even if I was filthy rich, I still feel like I would be in the stock market. Obviously, just, bigger share size and this, that, and the other, but market dipping. Yeah, we're coming back below VWAP on the SPY. Wait, did you postpone your 10 o'clock, by the way?
No.
Oh, you're an hour behind.
Yeah, 10 o'clock Central, sorry.
No, you're fine. I just got really scared. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, Ahi. And this is why you want to kind of take gains when you got them, because here's Amazon that was up all the way at 131.86, and now we are $1 and then some below. Take your gains while you got them.
Smoke Tuna calling out BXRX. I'm holding the VWAP here.
Nice dollar bounce for sure. By the way, nice little move to the upside. Here we go. Cracking 635, 640 on the ask.
Nice on Ahi. Nice.
Do we close chat? What do you think?
Pay yourself on the way up. 670 the spot.
Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and take out half size here. Can I go? Okay, yes, confirm and send. Why are you asking me to confirm my trades? Out half at 636.
Nice.
Thank you. The remaining half, we will sell at break even. Nice and profitable day today. Glad I woke up. As a matter of fact, I woke up at 6. My body just had to go tinkle. Something I didn't think I was going to say. I don't know. I even thought about not saying it, but I was like, you know what? We're a family here. It's fine.
I mean, I'm glad that's not what you texted me at midnight. That's all I could say.
And then I was like, what do I do now? And I was like, I've always wanted to be that guy that goes to the gym in the morning. And I was like, all right, fine. So then I got dressed and I went to the gym.
Ahi, 650 now. Nice trade on buying that pullback. Buying pullback seems to still be better than buying the actual breakouts.
The question is, do we continue to 7?
Smoke Tuna saying ENSC getting some gas, more like getting some gas or giving some gas. This thing is traded up and then just shook everybody out. So we'll see where ENSC goes here.
I'll type with one hand.
Oh, I did hit it right out of the gate there.
BXRX. What makes you say that they're trapped, Crow? What am I not able to see that you're seeing? PayPal? Yeah, PayPal was a beautiful one off of that trend line break. That's funny.
What happened?
You can read it. Name your toilet gym instead of John, and you can go to the gym every morning. If only I could trick my fat cells to help with that. Well, you've got some friends that are helping you out with that one. That I am curious though. Like maybe this is something I need to YouTube, and this isn't just at Crow. It's just because he brought up the topic that I've been curious about in the past. When people, and in FinTwit, a lot you see is like, oh, shorts are trapped, this, that, the other. I'm always just curious how they know. Like, is it the level 2 that they're seeing? Is it the tape that they're seeing? Is it, you know what I mean?
Trading action, probably.
Yeah, but it's like, how do you know that it's not? Because if you're saying someone is trapped, then you have to be looking at the short interest that you are looking at and then saying, hey, this stock is rallying and there's a huge short interest, therefore they are trapped. That I can understand. But in terms of watching the price action, I'm not quite sure. ZTBZ? ZTB.
Gotta go to the washroom real quick.
See ya. Ryan went to the gym. The way that I can see, let's go to this Amazon example, right? The way that I can see quote unquote shorts being trapped is if it's like, hey, people are shorting at this level of 131.50s because it's a resistance level. Then it's like we break out of it with volume that's crazy and it just continues to move. That to me is like, okay, cool. I can see the hypothesis of like shorts were trapped because it was a resistance area. They expected it to go down or not that big of a move and they can get out with a small loss, but it just continued to go crazy. You know, that's something that I can see. I don't know. By the way, here is Tesla to the downside. Tesla to the downside. Breaking the 280s. G-sit. Fly like a G6. Like a G6. Fly like a G6. Might have to put that song on later.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
You're fine. Boom, 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 boom. Crack of 6 could be interesting for sure on G-set. Tesla
Ahi coming back in.
Let's see. Where is Ahi? As we've got half a share size left. My stop loss, by the way, on that is 589.
Break even. Yeah.
Yep. Break even for me. Tesla now $1 below the 280, which I'm sure means Apple is much lower. Yep, there it is. So look at that. The 193.13 level broke, retest, fail, and a dump on Apple. The next level, keep an eye on, would be 192 on Apple. See how that behaves. And then after that, I'd say 191.27. Hey, you're welcome, Matthew. Appreciate you for hanging out with us.
My experience in trading is that you're going to do better when you're comfortable. So I try to make myself comfortable. Laughter is a huge part of that. And so I guess I just try to project that outwardly so that I can help others with laughter. Yeah. If you just sit here and you're looking at numbers all day and you're on the edge because you're putting your money at risk, that's not healthy, right? Gotta be able to come up with a way to keep it healthy. So,
and if you
ever helpful.
Are sweating with a trade, my friend, you have risked too much. If you are sweating, if you are continuously checking your phone to see a tick up, tick down, and your heartbeat's racing, you've put way too much money into a trade, and you will get screwed. I say that from experience. Like now I'll put on a trade, go to the gym, the actual gym, you know, shooting hoops, whatever. And then like, I don't worry about it. Then I come home and I see if I'm eating ramen or chicken fingers, you know? Oh. Man, Apple just straight to the downside. Thankfully, Amazon's kind of holding up. I still have some shares left, but where's the upgrade? You know, I know to a lot of people there's no upgrade, but like, I don't know, man. It's what matter of fact, you guys can't see it, but had some Wingstop yesterday, which was cool, Ryan, because
So you still have the garbage from it? Is that what you're showing us? Your garbage from your yesterday's Wingstop? I'm just making sure I get it right. That's all.
While I was eating here, I was, working, but it came in this. It said bag secured. Obviously, it got ripped off, but it said bag secured. That was kind of cool.
So over the weekend, I actually had an Uber Eats credit on my Uber account, an Uber credit. And so I don't want to start a fight here with the last time that we talked about this, but I ordered roti, the Mediterranean place.
You ordered kava?
No, I did not order kava. I ordered roti, and it came in a bag that was like completely taped shut. Like there's no way the driver could have gone in there after my pita. There's just no way.
Oh man. I tried to order kava the other day, but it was too expensive and there were no deals on Uber Eats on it. So I was like, no, thank you. Because man, after you pay, what's oh my God. So I order halal guys quite often. It's my way of being healthy when I order out. And I used to pay $11.99 plus $1, make that $12.99 for a regular halal guys. I checked my Uber Eats app yesterday and it was $13.99 plus $1.99, and then I get 30% off. And I'm like, you literally just jacked up the price and then gave me a discount, and it's pretty much the same thing. I was so annoying. But I don't know if that's because the place had increased their prices or if it's just Uber increasing it because you're ordering it on Uber. Because Instacart will do that. When you're ordering Instacart and you're getting Publix via Instacart, the prices you pay will be 10, 20% higher than what you would get if you just walked into the store. Mad money. Yeah, we talked about Apple to the downside, especially from that 133.13. And here we go, now approaching that 192.08 level. Do I want to go ahead and take a trade on this? AAPL. Yes, I do. All right, Apple. I'm in at 192.08. 192.08.
BT smoked tuna. Yeah, this is a great chart. I don't see a new entry here, but this was a monster chart here on BT. Just gonna go to it real quick. Nice little stair step up there.
Ryan, here's the game plan I'm thinking. I know you've got to call it 11. So at about 10:58 or 10:57, I'm going to go to the other stream, set it up, and then right at 11, I will go ahead and start it, and you can bounce and do your thing.
I mean, I'm going to bounce before 11.
What time you want to bounce so I can prep the other stream?
10:55.
Got it. All right. So chat, you and I will hang out for a bit. Let me go ahead and put that to him. Yeah, I've noticed that, Becca, and it upsets me. I'm going to look to purchase more shares at 192 on the dot on Apple, by the way.
Yeah, BT along with that Mara move, Jay.
All right, I got filled more shares at the 192. So now my average price is 192.04. My stop loss is going to be 191.74. I'm risking approximately 30 cents, and I'm looking to make about 40 to 50 cents on this move. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Chipotle to do a little split. Nope, that's Charge Point. Never mind. Where's Chipotle? That's CMG. Go ahead and go here, and then we can go to...
You guys are calling BTAI. Yep, BTAI. Maybe a pop above 8 here. Good spot, smoked tuna. The high print I have is 798. Oh, excuse me.
It's quite all right. Let me go ahead and pull up the other stream on my other computer or my other screen.
$7.98 coming up here for BTAI. Ryan, thank you very much. Happy birthday to America. Enjoy your day. I'm really looking forward to this afternoon and tomorrow.
Nice.
Be sure to be safe, especially if you blow off any fireworks.
Man, I'm about to get stopped out of Apple here in about 7 cents. Oop, getting a phone call. All right, I'm gonna answer this call. I'll be back in 2 minutes, and you can head out whenever you want. And
cool.
You said 10:55. I'll be back. I'm gonna turn the charts over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching BTAI in case it can break a 797 here. Struggling to get over that, at least so far, but we just traded back up here, so we'll see what happens. Pop above, maybe it goes. Maybe stronger the second time through. Now that I sold Airbnb, it's coming back in. $7.95, a little bit of size there on BTAI. And when Zunaid gets back here, I'm going to have to dip. Come on, BTAI, let's see. 795 and 798 seems to be the resistance area in here on BTAI. Blow off fireworks, not fingers. Good piece of advice right there. Wiss asking what course I'm playing. Just the one right next door to my house. My home course, if you will. Next week when I go to Detroit, I'm playing 2 new courses in Michigan that I've never played. So really, really excited for that. 2 new logo balls for my collection as well. BTBI backing off that spot here now. Ahi coming back in too. Thank you, Manu. Really appreciate that. Big pullback here on BTI. That's why we wait for those spots, folks. Raz asking if QS is coming back. It's trying to come back to the VWAP here. Can't tell you what it's going to do later today, though, Raz. I was looking at ticker MYO. That was on the list for potential momentum move. Just a penny play here. All right, Zunaid, you back? I'm going to get rolling here.
See you, pal. Thank you for hanging out with me today.
No problem. Again, we're off tomorrow. I won't be here on Wednesday, but I'll be back Thursday. Take care, everybody.
See you, pal. Ryan is out of here. We're going to go ahead and move the charts to me. There we go. Oh, my back is killing me. So here's the game plan, chat. We're going to hang out here for about another 7 minutes. And then I'm going to go ahead and head to produce the Trader Bacon show that we will have right at 11. You don't need to go anywhere. It'll redirect for you so you can kind of hang out with us for another half hour or so. Still in the Apple trade. Did not get stopped out. Again, my stop loss is, let me go and take a look at it, 191.74. See you, Walter. Looks like Tesla was able to reclaim the 180 for the time being. So if you were looking to go long, you know where your stop loss is. It's the crack of 278.94. The question is, am I going to get in? Am I going to get in? What do you think, chat? Should we take a third stab at Tesla? We've made money the first 2 times. Do we take another one? Ooh, almost bought 10 contracts. No, thank you. All right, I'm in. Same contracts. Ooh, 650 on the dot. So the 280 call is expiring this week. I am in at 650. My stop loss on those contracts, by the way, is going to be 575. I've already put it in. So if I'm producing the show, something happens, hey, I got out. It's all right. We're green on the day. Yeah, we're nice and green on the day. Cannot complain. Was I green on? No, I wasn't. Oh, yes, I was. I got to look at my June numbers. June was probably the best month I've had this year. I got to look at those numbers later. I haven't done that today. Oil going at 71. Let's take a look at oil. There's that 71 resistance, though. So this is a question that people often ask. I often ask, what do you think it means that the VIX is up slightly, even though the markets are also up slightly? It just means people are buying protection. That's all it means. I don't think it, I think if you continuously see that, obviously it's got to break one way or another, right? Sooner than later. But it's just people buying protection. That's all. It doesn't mean that it's going to go down. The market doesn't mean that it's going to continue going up. I think it's just people buying protection. I think that's all it means. I'll be right back, chat. All right, I'm back. I just had to set up a couple of things with the other stream. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with Tesla. Nothing much happening there. Then why is it saying that I'm making money? Ooh, it's because my Apple is moving up. Ooh, my Apple is moving up. Is that the only thing that's up? Is there something else that I'm in profitable with? Could have sworn that just said I was up $200. Yeah, whatever. Let's go ahead and take a look at Apple. Where is Apple? There it is. There we go, Apple. You want to touch VWAP? You know, just a little hello. Matter of fact, forget VWAP. Just come up to like the 192.50s, buddy. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and end this stream here in a second. Then we'll get going to the Trader Bacon show again. Stick around. It's going to redirect since I am the only one doing this and that. It's going to take a couple of minutes for me to set everything up, but we will go ahead and get rock and rolling here. So let's talk about the positions that I'm currently in, because now I'm losing money on that Tesla trade. Yes, I am. And you can see why, as Tesla's coming down. Third time was a charm for me to lose it. We were 2 for 2. I decided to go 3 for 3. They said no three-peat for you, as Tesla's coming down. If it breaks this level, I will go ahead and get out. But that also probably means that Apple is going to come to the downside here. How much am I down at the moment? I'm down about $50 on that. Now $60. We'll be patient with it. We'll be patient with it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, but the contracts that I'm in is, again, the 280 call is expiring this week on Tesla. I'm going to hold on to it until and unless we go ahead and break this level. So if we get to 278.50s or so, I am going to go ahead and bounce. I'm also in the Apple trade at 192.04s, I believe is my average price. If we go ahead and break to the 191.75s, I'm out, and I'm looking to take gains at about 192.40s. We appreciate you for joining us on this short live trading show. Stick around, though, because we've got my man Gates and Large Pips, a.k.a. Ron, over there on the Trader Bacon show. You will be redirected, and we will see you on Wednesday if you're not hanging.